I've got one person watching. Yay! It must be popular tonight. So folks, get yourselves a glass of water. We're going to be playing around with some new technology tonight. TheSourxe 5, which is going to come live. Hey David. Which is going to come online in the October time frame, probably late October. You've been seeing me post some little teasers here and there about the technology. And the Aquaware 5 engine is now live in it, so we're gonna be playing around with that. And then in another minute or two, I'll talk about TheSourxe 5 for a few minutes. We'll do an activation. I'll answer any questions, and then we can just play. You got me for a little bit tonight. The whole Facebook Live thing is kind of new, and we're feeling our way through it a little bit, trying to understand it a little bit more. Obviously, you know, we don't have a guest on the show. Donna's helping me in the background. Hey, Donna. And it's a cool medium to kind of just meet up. You know, if we'll talk about a few things we got going on. Actually, we have a lot of things going on, and we'll do some activations, and maybe we'll do some live phone calls and play around a little bit. So everyone that's joining, get yourself a glass of water. We're going to be using the Source 5 technology here in a minute. We'll be doing a live activation. It's come a long ways in the last week. The Aquaware 5 engine is now live in it, and just working on the feature set for the new software. The Source software was an idea that I had probably about 8 years ago. Aquaware had already been out for a year or two, and you know, I've read a lot of ancient manuals on how manifestation works. I'm a master at producing manifestation for people. I do it all the time. People get blown by what happens when they reach these higher octaves, and how when you change yourself, your reality reacts to that. Your reality reacts to what you put out to it. And the Source lineage is perfection. It's a software program that allows you to manifest anything you want in your reality, and it changes your reality around you to bring about or bring into fruition what you want. And so anyways, I had the idea about 8 years ago, and the Source 1 was born, and through the lineage of it, version 5 will be coming out in the October time frame. And if you're new to this particular line of the technology, it's mind-blowing and amazing. And basically, you know, from all the research that I've done about manifesting things in your life, you know, you can light a candle, and you can, you know, hold a glass of water and run around a table and sing Kumbaya, and, you know, pray to whatever God you believe in, and just hope that it happens. Well, it won't. 99.9% of the people in existence fail at manifesting anything. Why? Because they have doubt and worry. And if you understand the mechanics, the very, very simple mechanics of how manifestation works, you can bring anything you want into your reality. So if we back up a little bit, the Source was born in version 3. I had an epiphany, and it radically changed the way the software went, and I brought in what I call the 9 symbols of creation. And I remember just downloading this information and scribbling them out on a piece of paper. And I had vector graphics done on the 9 symbols in version 3, and then not now. And then they were further improved upon in 4, but 4 was very interactive. I allowed you to create arrays with the software. So there's two forms of manifestation in the world. There's conscious manifestation and unconscious manifestation. Unconscious manifestation, it happens all the time. Classic example, you're driving down the road and you think of a red Ferrari. 30 seconds later, a red Ferrari drives by. That's a synchronicity. It's a deja vu. It's a blip in the matrix. It's unconscious manifestation. You're thinking about something without consciously creating it, and it happens. So your data stream that moves through you, and the data stream is just your lifeline, you have a conscious thought about a blip upstream, and that blip comes into reality. You flip a switch, if you will, and 30 seconds later it's brought into fruition. That is unconscious manifestation. It happens to us all the time. Conscious manifestation, by which is a form that you think of something and you want to bring it into your life, and you fail at it, and you fail at it again, because you, as humans, we overcomplicate everything. Manifesting anything in your life is very, very simple. It just requires you to have absolute trust in the process. And as humans, we don't, and we fail, and we got to go back to the drawing board. So all the research that I've done over the years, manifestation really boils down to something very simple. You want to bring something into your life. No matter what you read, it's the same old dogma. It's the same old dogma. It just has a new spin on it, or they use candles, or they use crystals, or they sacrifice chicken feet, or whatever. Conscious manifestation, at its very, very core, is simple in theory, but incredibly hard in practical application. In theory, you have a thought. I want to manifest a red Ferrari. And through our conditioning, you think it's just going to pop up in your driveway tomorrow. But that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then the universe isn't going to provide that for you. But what might happen is 3 weeks down the road, you get a check from a long-lost relative that willed you the money to go buy your Ferrari. Now that makes sense. When the universe brings into fruition that by which you want to manifest, it's done by a simple set of rules. And those rules are really, really easy. And there's really only one. It's more beautiful than your conscious imagination can conjure up. Point in case, manifestation at its core is you have an idea. You release that idea to the universe grabs it and is supposed to deliver it in the form that you want. But the path, the PATH, is the time by which the manifestation is released from your head and the universe starts creating the paths to bring it into fruition. So from point A to point B is the path. At any point during that path, if you have doubt or worry, or you don't think it's going to happen, you know what? It's not. It's gone. Fast as you put it out there, it's gone. And you have to start over. But most people don't realize that they have to start over. And when that happens, the frustration kicks in. You're like, I can't do this. So being, by the very nature of what I do, I don't like to lose. And I very rarely do, unless it's not in my best interest. And I wanted to create something so beautiful and so powerful that it would change people's realities forever and bring their manifestations. But the simplest form of conscious manifestation was too complicated for 99.9% of the people, so I needed to simplify it, and I did. Hence, the TheSourxe 1 was born. TheSourxe 2, TheSourxe 3, we introduced the 9 Simples of Creation. The TheSourxe 4, we made them interactive, allowed you to create arrays, save arrays, bring 10 presets in. TheSourxe 5 is a whole different animal. If you're comfortable with 4, you'll be very comfortable with 5. The difference between 4 and 5 is infinitely more powerful because I have grown quite a bit in the last couple of years. The Aquaware 5 is out on the market. That engine has been implanted into 5. How does the TheSourxe 5 technology work? We have improved upon these parts of it. And very, very simply, you have a glass of water in the software. Now, if you want to manifest that red Ferrari, anything is possible. You just have to know how to do it. And the basic mechanics are you think of the model that you want in your head, and you pick the color of it, the interior, and you imagine yourself getting behind it. I don't know, it's 5/8 speeds, whatever, and you drive it, and you wax it in your head, and you smell the new leather, and you push the gas, and you hear it. You are consciously creating your reality based on those thoughts. You are creating that reality. You can bring it into fruition very, very easily. And that is the premise by which TheSourxe works. But the software does all the work because you're not releasing it from your head. You're consciously directing it in the water. And I'll explain that in a minute. So once you have your manifestation, you click, you set the arrays up, very intuitive, and Source 5 arrays are absolutely mind-boggling how they're going to work. And once the arrays are set up, you push enter the Source 5, and you consciously direct your manifestation into the water, and that's all you do. Now, the Source 5 is lightning fast. Water preparation will run for 3.1 seconds. Water preparation removes the energy, the imprints, and the memories of everywhere the water has been, returns it to a pristine state. Then we run user preparation for 3.1 seconds. User preparation puts a thin veil in the water, and when you drink it, it goes right to the subconscious mind and opens it up for acceptance. Then we set the light paths. I'll get into that in a minute. Then we pre-nucleate the water with your manifestation, 3.1 seconds, and then we nucleate the water for 13.1 seconds with your manifestation. So I mentioned setting the light paths. Manifestation, old school manifestation, you have it in your head, you release it to the universe, yada, yada, yada. The little floating angels come by and they grab it and they bring it up upstream. You hold a candle and you cut up chicken feet and whatever else you got to do and blah, blah, bullshit. Doesn't work. The light paths are what the manifestation is carried on out of the body via the water, the energy in the water. When you consciously project your manifestation in the water and you drink it, the energy from the water is in the body. Your manifestation is then carried out of your body on what we call the light rays, okay? And when it comes out of the body, that was point A I talked about before. Point B is when the universe starts creating all the conscious reality to bring it into your reality in a way that makes sense, and that's the most important part. The real cool feature with TheSourxe is the points by which A and B are there, and the light path is there. It's shielded by the light rays. So the light path isn't actually carrying your manifestation. It's the shield that goes around it, and the shield is immune to your doubt and worry. Okay? Everyone that uses TheSourxe technology manifests every time. Sometimes it happens in a way that blows your mind, infinitely more imaginable than your human imagination can conjure up. Sometimes it's much more subtle in ways that you can't consciously predict. But everyone that uses the technology says the same thing. My phone never shuts up. Everyone that uses the technology says the same thing. It works at mind-boggling speeds. And the Source 5 you're going to experience here in a minute is an unimaginable manifestation machine, unlike anything anyone has ever seen before, and it's going to be available in the October timeframe. So with that said, I want everyone to get their manifestation in their head and just take a minute or two and think about it, breathe it, live it. Get a glass of water too, you're going to need one. Think about your manifestation for a minute. And I want everyone to put their attention on my computer if you can. while you're thinking of your manifestation, I just want you to feel the majestic power of this software as it's happening. We have it opened up now. And I'm gonna set a custom intent. Now, as we get closer to the launch of the Source 5, we'll be doing a show dedicated around it. I'll be doing a bazillion YouTube videos of it in action, so you'll be very, very comfortable with it by the time it's actually ready for market. Okay, so again, we're doing a Source 5 demo. I'm going to do one tonight, and this is an open demo. It's about what you want to manifest in your life, and you should take a few minutes and think about it. You'll need a glass of water, and it's very, very simple. I'm going to count backwards, 3, 2, 1. We'll be entering I'll say, okay, entering the Source 5. I'll click on the button, and you will then just put your attention on your water. I will tell you what's happening. You only have to put your attention on the target water. Now, it can be a glass of water next to your computer. It can be a case of water downstairs in the refrigerator. It can be a body of water on the other side of the planet, or a cup of coffee on their Mars. It doesn't matter. The way the technology works is based on quantum principles. Time, space, and distance are irrelevant. The only thing that is required of you is your manifestation and your ability to put your attention on the water when I click enter the Source 5 for a second, and that's it. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Put your attention on the water. We're now running water preparation. We are removing the memories and the implants. User preparation just ran. We're now pre-nucleating. Now we're setting the light paths I explained before. Now we are nucleating the water. Everyone take a look at their water. Sometimes it starts to vibrate. Sometimes it'll bubble. Sometimes it'll crawl out of the glass. Sometimes it soaks through the container. All kinds of weird things happen at this point. We're done. Actually, we were done a couple seconds before I said we were done. Now, I want everyone to go ahead and drink as much as their Source 5 water as they want. And notice the taste and the texture of it. Really, really important. And then after you drink it, I want you to sit back for a minute, close your eyes, and just allow that energy to start seeping through your body. And what will happen in probably under a minute is you'll start to feel this energy come out of your body. That is your manifestation being carried out on the light rays. Remember the path between point A and point B. Okay? It's shielded. You can have doubt or worry. It doesn't matter. Your manifestation is going to come. For some, it's going to be incredibly beautiful. For others, it's going to be a little subtle. Watch for things to happen. Watch for patterns. Okay? And here's the mind blower of the whole thing. It's going to happen in a way that you could not imagine. Where you think it's going to happen this way, it's going to happen this way. The universe is infinitely more smarter than we are, and it's going to know exactly what to do. So just sit back and allow that water to work. Allow your manifestation to come out. And you'll feel it poking through your body. It's pretty cool. Source 5 demo live. Oh, did I forget to mention that it's also very unbridled, not tweaked. Might make you throw up, might make you detox. Oh boy. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to anybody. Or would I? Remember, folks, pretty waterfalls, candles, crystals, they don't work. You want to do something, you got to be fucking brave. Remember the MDM minute? Be fucking brave and get out there and do it. It's the only way things work. None of this other shit works. Okay? Create your reality. Make it happen. Your reality reacts to what you put out. Be positive. Do kind acts. Be intelligent in how you speak. Not that I swear, but be fucking brave. That's kind of intelligent. Just push the limits of what is possible. Push yourself. I'm going to do a really interesting video tomorrow. and I'll get it out there. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but you're definitely gonna want to watch that one. How's everybody feeling? Come on, give me some feedback. Get in there and type. Come on, everybody. I need feedback. Remember, sitting on your ass ain't gonna do it. You need to act. Part of what excites me is feedback. Okay? The feedback is what generates electricity from me that will touch all of you. You get me excited, manifestations are going to be popping up all over the place. I need just tell me, talk to me. You know, Donna and myself put a lot of hard work into everything we do. The shows, based on your feedback on the email that was sent out a couple weeks ago, we're now booked out into 2017 on the MDM show with some amazing guests. You know, the manifestation was put out there to have some really mind-blowing floating like I'm on a rocking on a boat. Well, that's cool. Anybody manifest 100 million, just remember who showed you how to get there. You know, we put a lot of hard work into the shows, and based on your response, we booked, I'd say, probably 50% of the guests were booked out until January 2017. And, you know, video testimonials on the website. I need this stuff. I need to know that these products are working for you guys. And if they are, and, you know, you're interacting with me during these Facebook Lives, I mean, I'm taking an hour out of my evening, and, you know, I'm sharing a part of my life with you. You know, I didn't shave. My hair's sticking up all over. I got glasses. I'm tired, but I'm doing it. And, you know, I work a lot. In fact, I work all the time. And, you know, today I was able to get out and have some fun. But most of the time I'm working. And I don't have fun. And the only thing that keeps me going is the capacity to help you. Okay? If I know I'm helping you, then I will continue to do what I do, because it's not work. This is fun. And I've always held true to one point in everything I do. The day this becomes work, I will walk away. And believe me when I tell you that. The day that any of this becomes work and becomes a drag, I will walk out. I spent 20 years working for one of the largest banks in the world, okay, on Wall Street in technology. And last year I left. I just left. And, you know, we talk about wake-up experiences and all that. I was doing this and doing that for 10 years now. You know, I'm not 35 anymore when I started this adventure. I'm a lot older, and I can't stay up all night programming and working on this stuff. And, you know, the things that have kept me going is the ability to reach out and touch you in a way that I can. And, you know, if you've ever helped somebody, I mean, really truly help them, it's a fucking drug, man, like no other. You get this exhilarating rush that you can't explain when you create a product, or you build something, or you just do an act of kindness, but you've changed that person's life in a way that only you could. And the first time you do it, the first time, you get this mind-blowing rush of energy, source energy, that just is unimaginable. And when you get that, you are inspired to replicate it by any and all means possible, because you want to exist in that octave. You want to get back to that octave, that level of vibration, that frequency, whatever you want to call it. And when you're in that flow, when you're in that stream, magic happens. Remember, two things. Magic happens outside your comfort zone. This is your comfort zone. this is where the magic happens. And when you step outside, it's fucking scary, totally scary. But you're in the higher octaves because you're outside your comfort zone. And when you do something, now remember, the greatest feats in life are always achieved with a light heart. If you do something with a light heart, you can achieve the greatest things. I take my work very, very seriously, especially the digital media, and obviously now the physical media we're into. I know, I have received a lot of products from people, and I'm not going to say who they are, and energy products and things like that. And when I've received them, I'm all excited, and it comes in the mail or hand delivered or whatever. And then I open it up, and the packaging sucks. And I'm just like, huh. You wrap it up, and it's wrapped up in some little doily toilet paper. I'm like, really? My first walk into the physical realm is the harmonic field amplifier, a new way to travel. And I have spent considerable resources in making sure that the packaging is perfect, the instructions are perfect, the ease of use are perfect. And when you pick this thing up, and there's 20 or 25 people out there that have been sending me testimonials, I still have to put a few out, that are just blown by this product because it's solid, because you feel the energy coming off it, because it does exactly what I tell you it's going to do. Okay? And it's a tool that is constantly evolving, and it's like anything else. The more I get out in the world, the stronger everybody's is going to get, because they're all linked together. They're linked to me. It's all part of what's happening. So Donna's in the background helping me. Donna, what am I going to talk about now? Donna! Donna? So, a lot of great products coming between now and the end of the year. Mind-blowing stuff. There was a couple in there I haven't talked about. You know about the HFA. It's going to debut next Thursday night. We're going to do a special show because we're totally booked out. We have the HFA Plus coming. I should have examples of that by the end of September, beginning of October. We'll be doing another show around that. That's a product for the home and office. That thing is going to create an unbelievable, beautiful field in your surroundings. And then I've completed the design, the specs, the engineering specs for the HFA Mini, Harmonic Field Amplifier Mini. That's coming probably late November. TheSourxe 5 is obviously coming. You're seeing some of the symbology getting up there. They're new. We have the 12th Project 5 will be coming in the new year. This is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about another crazy invention. And I've kind of mentioned this. You guys, you've walked into like a holistic type office maybe, and you see these little bracelets that say love, and they've got some symbology on there, and yay, they're $29, and they break, and you lose them, and they're great for a day, and then you put it around your dog's paw, and that's the end of that. I'm going to create an intention bracelet that's going to blow your mind. I already have the design in my head, and how powerful things can be with intention. Obviously, Aquaware 5 does it with water. This device will program you directly, okay? And that's all I'm going to say about it. But the design, it will be beautiful. The energy field that it creates will be unimaginable. It's going to be very, very much like the HFA Mini, but it's going to be intent specific. And I'll be sending out some emails a little bit later about that, and how it works and whatnot. I want to do another water activation. We did a Source 5 already. I just want to have some fun. Everyone, get a glass of water. This is just going to be me and you. Now, For those that don't know, when I program water, Donna's sacrificing chickens in the background. And she does a good job at it. So she's going to get her chicken ready. And then whoever wants to hold a crystal can, whoever wants to hear pretty waterfalls and angels can. Nah, we're not doing any of that. We're doing raw power. Everyone get a glass of water. I want you to take your hands and I want you to wrap it around the glass, putting your fingers together like this. Okay? Do not touch the glass, folks. If you have a container where you can't get around, go ahead and get a glass of water. Come back and listen to this. Okay? This is just raw power. I want everyone to put their hands around that glass of water. I want you to close your eyes. Do not touch the glass when we do this, okay? You're going to feel the water. You can feel the energy just come right out of the water. It's just going to vibrate right through your hands. I'll count backwards, 3, 2, 1, then we're going to do it. You like that chicken one, huh, Donna? You got it ready? We're just raw. Just raw. That's what I love about this Facebook Live. I don't have to get dressed up. I don't have to shave. I can be in a t-shirt with mustard stains on it. It's a beautiful thing. And it's just me talking. And if I'm not boring you to death, it's all good. But again, you know, I take my work very seriously. I joke all the time because it helps keep me grounded, helps keep me in this pathway, in this reality. If I don't joke and I get too serious about my work, I'm not present a lot. And that's not good, especially. But when we're doing these, it's okay. Wrap your hands around that glass. Do not touch it. Put your fingers together like this. Just raw energy. I want everyone to sit back, close their eyes. I want you to breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. Just blank your mind. Think of white paper. Just breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. Deeply. 3, 2, 1. That energy is going to start off subtly from the water and it's going to move through your fingertips. Increase it a notch now. Move it up to your elbows. If you have any type of ailment in your body, when the energy reaches it, I want you to stop and concentrate on that point. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Turning it up again now. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Just feel that energy moving through your body now. If you have a place in your body that needs healing, just direct the energy right to it. Turning it up again now. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Turning it up again now. I'm just going to leave it here. You just allow that energy from the water to envelop your body. Continue breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. Continue to breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. If you have an area in the body that needs healing, direct the energy to it. If you have a loved one that needs it, put your attention on them, allow it to flow out of you. If there's something in your surroundings that needs to be cleared, put your attention on it. We're not going to be drinking this water, folks. We're just using the energy from it. And I want everyone to put their attention back on the water for a second and repeat the words out loud. I honor the space in which you exist. And then put your attention back on what you were doing and notice the amplification of that energy. How you like them apples? Just stay in that flow. Okay, come on back. It's hard to come back to reality when you're playing in those higher octaves, and that's what I was trying to explain before. That, you know, the humor that I use in the fun poking and all that, it's all done with a light heart, and I do that because it makes me feel human, and being human and having that experience is what it's all about. And without it, I get lost. I get lost in those places where, you know, I get brilliant ideas from, and, you know, I love to play. And, you know, sometimes you don't want to come back. Yes, people have near-death experiences, and one thing that is consistent about all of them, regardless of what they see, is they never want to come back because they're playing in those higher octaves. Because we're in bodies, we have experiences that are based on what we know, and those are 5 innate senses that, you know, we're born with and we use. The human body has 250 senses. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it does. And each one equates to a certain gift and other things. And those experiences of when you're playing in the higher octaves, you don't want to come back from because they're just so blissed out. You're out of the body. You don't have any of this shit, any of this 3D, anything. You know, you gotta do that when you're there. Yeah, I printed it off. I don't post stuff like this ever on Facebook, and I sure as hell never do videos around it. But this just blew my mind. I found it on one of my friend's walls, and I decided to post it. And it really, be fucking brave, really sums up, you know, say how you feel, Leave the job you hate. Find your passion. Love with every ounce of your bones. Stand up for what you believe in. Don't settle, and never apologize for who you are. That last one is the one that fucked me up the most. Don't apologize for who you are. Okay? I lived two lives for a long time. Okay? Because I was mentally challenged at what I was becoming and the path that I was following. And only recently, in the last couple of years, I decided not to apologize for who I am anymore. I don't give a shit what people think of me. I never have, and I never will. I care about helping people by any and all means possible. And as long as this body still draws breath, I'll do that. And I'll never stop. I'll create products that defy logic, the stuff that science fiction books are written about. I'll deliver products that will just absolutely blow your mind in their unimaginable beauty in what they do. And I'll just never stop. The MDM Minutes is a really, really good way for me to get knowledge out. I started doing a little bit of blogging on the website, writing a couple articles. There'll be more of that stuff coming over time. And the MDM Minutes are just a way, for me to express in a moment a thought, whatever that thought is. And I have so much knowledge up here that needs to be shared, but a lot of that knowledge is locked in experiences, and that's a beautiful way to put it, because I can explain an experience I had. I can't explain how I create Aquaware. You wouldn't understand. You would understand the little bits and pieces of the coding that go into it, but you wouldn't understand how it actually works, because that is something that you need to experience. And if you own Aquaware, you've downloaded the trial, then you know what I'm talking about. But the experiences are here, and the experience carry knowledge in octaves with them. And each video that I do will help you. Whether you agree with the points or not, doesn't matter. It's the energy that's being conveyed. It's the passion, it's the beauty, it's the love of what I'm doing. And believe me, these things, it's a one or 2 minute video, blah, 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 but there's so much work that goes in behind it. I have to create the video, I gotta download it, I gotta put a beginning and an end, I gotta render it, it's gotta go to YouTube, and it's gotta go out on social media, blah, 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 blah. If they're helping you, then I'll continue doing it. And that's that. So, what do you guys want to do? Give me some ideas. Come on, got me for another few minutes so we can play around a little bit more. I just don't want to do another Source 5 activation. It really takes a lot out of me to do those, even though the software it still needs to be refined, but the engine is very unbridled, and I need to kind of dumb it down a little bit. So come on, give me some ideas, type. Let me know what you want me to blab about. You got me for an hour. And we're going to continue. I've committed with Donna to do this for 1 month, Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. And we'll continue to do them on Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock. And, if it makes sense to continue after a month, well, then we'll do it. I'll take the time. I don't, Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock work for me. If you're around, you want to jump in and say, hey, Pete, do an Aquaware 5 activation. All right, cool. We'll do one. All right, we're going to do something interesting. We're going to do a force field intent within Aquaware 5. Hang on, let me tell you which one it's going to be. And we're going to do this for tomorrow. So we're going to project it, but it's going to happen tomorrow. I want everyone to really see the power of Aquaware 5. So we'll set this up for beginner mode, and we're going to do a force field intent. We're going to do the force field heaven intent. And the force field intents are really cool. We're not actually programming water in front of you. We're programming a humidity bubble. Okay? Now, the force field heaven intent, you can use a couple different ways. You can program a target water that multiple people drink from. This is always in their higher good. Doesn't matter, so it'll work. or you can program the humidity in the air. Okay, and the humidity in the air will carry the intent. And what I'd like you to do is just put your attention either on a target water or, and this is a fabulous one, all the force field intents are mind-blowing. Force field heaven is really, really cool. So I'm going to set this up pretty high, folks. I like working at 81%, and that's what we're going to do. And I just want you to get ready and put your attention on the target water or the space by which you want the intent to go. Okay? Water prep, user prep, intent are going to run. Put your attention on it. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Water preparation is running 3.1 seconds. User preparation is running 3.1 seconds. We are now nucleating that body of water or the humidity in the area you want with the force field heaven intent. Runs for 13.1 seconds. This seems to be a crowd favorite. Okay, that is done. Again, that's just a future one we're playing with right there. Hey, where'd my Skype go? Okay, so a couple things. Next week, we're going to be debuting the HFA. We're going to be doing a show Thursday, and we'll be talking everything about the HFA. We got Dr. Karen Can in the house. Hey, Karen. She's going to be on the MDM show coming up. This Sunday, we have Joy Baker with energy scans and energy clearance. Joy did a scan for me. Dead on. Scary dead on. Unbelievable. She does an audio recording. Never met the woman, never talked to her, never even exchanged an email with her. She was 97% correct with me. But we're just not going to talk about that scan. I'll talk about what it did, but some of the personal stuff, I'm totally gonna leave that out. Because I'm supposed to be a light worker, and you are all my followers, and I can't be seen as anything but godly. Okay, and then so Dr. Karen Can will be on the show, and then we have Scott Lemrie, Lemrie. I believe he's the following Sunday. So we've got a powerful lineup of people coming up on the MDM show. Donna will be circulating an email for the month of October with the fabulous guests we have coming on. And because we have so many people, because you gave us feedback that want to be on the show, we might be doing a couple one-offs on Thursday nights. Whether they're pre-recorded or not, I don't know yet. We're booked into 2017 now. You know, we got an amazing lineup of technology coming, physical products coming. We're going to be showcasing some of these products in India in the next few months, which is just a whole different animal. So, you know, we got a lot of great stuff coming up, folks. I'm pretty beat. I don't know if you guys want me to talk about anything else. I'll give you another few minutes and then lights out. I'll be putting this up on Facebook tonight or tomorrow on YouTube, so you can also see the rerun that way. Donna, we got anything else? So again, folks, tonight we did the Source 5 manifestation activation using a custom array that I put together. We used just a really cool raw energy to direct into yourself to a spot to heal, pushing it out in the world, helping someone with it. And of course we did the force field heaven transportation for tomorrow. And hey Karen, there's some people asking about what you do. You can post links or whatever you want in on my Facebook link to get people over to you. And of course she'll be back on the show pretty soon. I guess that's all I got to talk about. Thanks, ladies. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Donna. Woohoo! Have a good night.